Hi everybody, Jesse here, and welcome back to the Fit Forward Gym. Today we're going to focus on part 4 of our mini mobility series, gluteus strengthening. We're going to work the booty today. And this is a bit of a shift from previous series because we're going to really focus on strengthening more than mobilizing. You see, getting a new range of motion and more flexibility is great, but it doesn't really stick unless you can stabilize and control that motion. So today we are going to specifically strengthen your external hip rotation and glute strength now that your hip capsules are sitting in a better position after mobilizing them in the last series. So we're going to start with something that inhibits the hip capsule from working and really make sure we get after that band of muscle called the gluteus medius right under this SI joint right here. If you're somebody who has a lot of SI problems, this will really help you. And then we're going to get more into the meat with some nice hip and glute extensions where you're going to feel a nice burn right at the base of your glute. So the first one we're going to do is a clamshell, but we're going to do it in a very specific way that makes sure we target the correct musculature. So we're going to lay on our side, and the whole key here is to make sure that you're set up in a 90-degree angle, okay? So you want to almost imagine that you're sitting, say, in a chair or something where your knees are up at 90 degrees, flexed, and your hips are also at the same flexion. So my knees track right along my hips. And then what I do is I keep my feet together and I just go as far as I can, extending up and back, making sure that I'm not moving from my lower back, okay? So just really focusing on that last little turn out there. Get as high as you can and then back down. And you want to just rep this out. We're talking 20, 30, 40 reps till you feel a real burn deep into your glute. If you feel your adductor fire or your hip capsule, that's normal when you start. Eventually that will go away and you'll just feel a nice burn through kind of that upper base of the glute. All right, so again, focus on that turn. Lots of reps here. I'll show you one more angle with it just so you can see. Again, like I'm in a seated chair, make sure your hips and head are aligned and just open as high as you can. Again, stay long and tall through that torso. Make sure you don't rotate your lower back. This specific position is going to bypass the capsule. Make sure that hip works. You don't want to do a lot of stuff like this generally. That's just going to get into the capsule. Okay, so nice high knee and then drive out. The next exercise is a single bridge. Okay, and I love single bridges for the reason that I get to actually work a little core rotation, the weight, and I also get to really focus on the meat of the glute here. Make sure your foot is nice and straight. It's not pointed in any weird direction. Also make sure it's not too far out or you're going to get too much hamstring. So you're pretty close to your body to where you can still fully hip extend, and then you're just going to drive up and down, keeping this knee at a nice 90-degree angle, okay? I'm focusing on kind of squeezing my glute first and then feeling it rise up. Okay, there's a little energy of a squeeze and then it rises up. You can keep your hands nice and flat so you can support your core in that rotation I talked about, and just try to keep building energy through that glute as you feel this hip release and stretch. Don't go so high that you arch your back or flare your ribs. Ribs stay down. Nice strong reps here. Okay, so work on that feeling. This is probably 15 to 20 reps each side. Then you'll really burn the glute out by doing this awesome exercise where you'll bridge up. Hold the glute in this position where you're extended. Keep your core nice and still, and you're just going to keep your legs straight and just kick it up and down here. So it's going to start to firm up the abs a little bit, and it's also going to really burn the glutes because they have to stay extended. So you'll feel a nice burn happening through your glutes. Again, keep your hips super level. I'll show you one more view of this one. So I bridge up. I stay level here. Don't let this hip drop. And just go up and down here again. Another 15, 20 reps here to feel it burn out. Okay, and that's a little more of a dynamic stabilization for your body and your core. Okay? So once again, we got some great hip rotation there. That's going to further open that capsule, going to help with your SI joint, help your hips. And then we worked the glutes in two different dynamic ways, one by holding it steady and one by moving the hips up and down. So burn that booty out. Glutes are the strongest muscle in your body and probably the most important muscle in your body. We sit on them all the time. They get tight, they get weak. So you really want to focus on feeling that burn through these exercises. So enjoy the exercises. Again, do them for about a week or so, and then you'll move on to level 5 of our mini mobility sequence. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.